They didn't steal gold. They didn't rob banks. They stole history itself. From ancient libraries to private collections all across Europe, a secret network of thieves vanished into the night, leaving only empty shelves and a haunting trail of questions. This is the incredible story of the book Heist that roamed Europe. It all began quietly, almost invisibly, in 2017 at a rare book fair in Paris. An 18th century manuscript, a priceless astronomy journal once owned by Galileo's apprentice, simply vanished overnight. There were no broken doors, no alarms triggered, no signs of forced entry. The thief knew precisely what to take and, just as importantly, what to leave behind to avoid immediate suspicion. At first, investigators thought it was an isolated, albeit sophisticated, incident. A lone wolf with exquisite taste, but their assumptions were shattered just weeks later when another theft, eerily similar, occurred in Italy. Then another in Germany, then one in Switzerland. The pattern was undeniable, the same surgical precision, the same baffling silence. And in every single case, a tiny, almost imperceptible clue was left behind, the same spiral symbol, drawn in pencil, hidden inside the now empty shelves. It took time, but finally, international law enforcement agencies like Interpol and Eurojust started connecting the dots. This wasn't one thief. This was a highly organized international network. These ghosts, as some investigators called them, were masters of deception. They used stolen identities, created fake auction houses online, and built a shadowy pipeline to sell priceless European manuscripts to secretive, high-paying collectors across the globe. Their preferred targets weren't fortresses like the Louvre, but the softer, more vulnerable guardians of history, university libraries without modern security systems. Small municipal archives, and private collections run by passionate historians, not professional guards. They weren't after just any old book. They specialized in maps that redrew the known world, groundbreaking astronomy texts, and early scientific works, the very documents that laid the foundation of modern civilization. And with each theft, they weren't just stealing paper and ink. They were making pieces of our shared past vanish, as if they had never existed at all. For years, the trail went cold. The spiral symbol was their only calling card, a taunting signature that led nowhere. Then, in 2022, a breakthrough came from the most unexpected of places. A rare book dealer in Lithuania received an anonymous delivery. It was a package wrapped in old, weathered parchment with no return address. His heart must have been pounding as he carefully opened it. Inside was a 16th century volume of Copernicus' De Revolutionibus Orbium Coelestium, the very same copy that had been stolen from a library in Krakow, Poland, 3 years earlier. Chills likely ran down his spine when he opened the cover and saw it, the spiral symbol staring back at him. This single clue, this one returned book, was the thread that unraveled the entire conspiracy. The information led police to a quiet, unassuming apartment on the outskirts of Warsaw. It looked ordinary from the outside, but inside, they found the nerve center of the entire operation. There was a high-tech digital archive filled with scanned copies of stolen manuscripts and, stacked in crates, physical books valued at over €2.5 million. But here is where the story takes its most fascinating and unexpected twist. The mastermind, the man behind this continent-spanning heist, wasn't a hardened career criminal or a typical mob boss. He was a historian, a passionate preservationist by his own account. During his interrogation, he made a shocking claim. He insisted he wasn't stealing for personal financial gain. He was, in his own words, saving the past from those who didn't care. He held a deep-seated belief that the great institutions of Europe were failing in their duty, letting priceless history rot on dusty shelves. He argued that private collectors, with their climate-controlled vaults and obsessive dedication, would protect these treasures better than the museums and libraries that had let them fall into neglect. Suddenly, the case wasn't so black and white. Was he a moral hero, a modern-day Robin Hood of history? Or was he simply a brilliant, self-aggrandizing criminal mastermind? All of Europe couldn't seem to decide. They called it the book Heist that roamed Europe, but perhaps it was something far more profound, a battle over who truly gets to own knowledge itself. In the end, most of the books were returned to their rightful homes, and the historian was sent to prison. But the story doesn't end there. Some of the stolen manuscripts were never found. They remain missing to this day. It makes you wonder ... Maybe, even right now, somewhere in a quiet attic in Vienna or a hidden study in Prague, a piece of our past is still hiding, waiting to be rediscovered. This is OddVerse, where the truth always reads stranger than fiction. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey. If you enjoy stories that challenge the line between right and wrong, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more strange truths. We'll see you in the next one.